Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for taking some time out of your day to join today's webinar, which is Intro to Prospect CRM, the official CRM for Unleashed. So as some of you might know already, we are actually owned by the same company as Unleashed, but we've actually been working closely with them for a number of years now and share hundreds of customers, hence the natural acquisition of both products by the Access Group. And probably just before we begin, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Louise, and I'm the sales manager for Prospect CRM, and also for the Unleashed account management department as well. So my team operates kind of pre-sales from the UK and Australia, making sure we provide the best service in all time zones. But also then, if you do come on board with Prospect CRM, you will obviously you will be looked after by my team going forward as well with your Unleashed product. So pretty all much aligned within departments and the people that you'll speak to. I've actually worked at Prospect Soft for 12 years now, and I've been lucky enough to watch the product grow and evolve over the years into what I'm going to show you today. And hopefully you'll love it as much as I do. So let's get into it. So why is Prospect CRM so perfect for Unleashed customers? Well, like I said, there is the obvious that we're owned by the same company, which does mean that our two development teams work closely to make sure the things we are developing in both systems fit seamlessly together. But aside from that, the biggest reason is the product and how well that fits with the types of businesses such as yourself that are using Unleashed. And the whole focus of Prospect CRM is on real businesses and creating real profitable growth. And not just any businesses, as we only focus on wholesale, manufacturing, distribution businesses, so those that are selling physical products from stock that are using an integrated platform such as Unleashed. And something that I love to see is our customer success stories, of which we do have many, but just like Helen here, who is the CEO of Pure Medic Health, who are, of course, a Prospect CRM and an Unleashed customer, and they've been an Unleashed customer for quite some time. And Helen has kindly done a whole video on the use of Prospect CRM and Unleashed together, which you can watch just by picking out, if you go to our website, just at the bottom there, we have lots of these success stories, including Helen's at prospectsoft.com/unleashed. But just picking out a little bit of a snippet from what Helen said. And the day that I had a call with someone from Prospect CRM was amazing. I could see all of my data there immediately and thought, this is life-changing. Now, the aim of today's webinar is to show you an insight into how our solution can achieve similar results for your business. I can't promise life-changing, but let's see how we go. But as I said, there's lots of shared customer stories on our prospectsoft.com website /unleashed. So obviously one of the critical things is how we compare in the market. There are literally hundreds of CRM solutions out there that, but most, have been built for, or specifically built for product-led businesses. In fact, most are aimed at businesses selling services. We've got a couple of the most commonly heard of CRMs, as you can see on the screen, just for today's comparison, which is Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot. But actually, you can probably use any of the hundreds of CRMs that I mentioned for this comparison. So how do you know what CRM is right for your business in such a saturated market? Well, there's the obvious comparison of star ratings, but today any good software business should be achieving those 5-star reviews. So, something you probably are not going to get a good idea of if that's going to be your only use of a comparison. But the real comparison is then in the use of each of these CRM solutions. So you can see here the reviews by industry, and actually we're taking from review sites as well. So this is, the real industries that people have added when reviewing these CRM solutions. And as you can see for the likes of Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, they're all service-led businesses and none that actually sell physical products from stock, such as computer software, financial services, marketing, advertising, and so on. Prospect CRM is actually the only CRM designed specifically for product-led businesses, which is clearly shown when you break down the reviewers by industry that are leaving those reviews for Prospect CRM. And these are things such as, food and beverage, packaging, lighting, construction businesses, and so and etc. So all that are selling physical products from stock with a high percentage, or if not all, B2B led businesses. Which is why we've coined the phrase the number one stock aware CRM. All of these are physical product businesses that are selling a large proportion of B2B, as I mentioned, and with that, all of our features are designed with these businesses in mind within Prospect CRM. And the way we've built our CRM is completely different to those you might have seen or used previously, where the focus is to sell a service, but the majority of the focus is then on delivering that service. The kind of businesses such as marketing, advertising, computer software, they're not looking for repeat orders, or at least in the short term, they're not doing those repeat orders. But for our customers, a real focus is on those repeat ordering customers, which is just something these other CRMs, don't handle, or at least don't handle in the right way. And that typically means you end up with a pretty expensive name and address and note-taking system, which is obviously clearly not what you want. But hopefully today I'll show you why wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses choose Prospect CRM. And as I mentioned, that is why we've coined the phrase and are voted the number one stock aware CRM, a term that is unique to us, which you'll see throughout the demo, and I'll show you how, why we've coined that phrase and why we are the number one stock aware CRM. We've also won a number of awards that we're really proud of, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here. And these awards are actually voted on by users, and not actually terms you would associate with CRMs, such as things like most implementable, easier setup, loved by users, etc. Typically, CRMs tend to have a pretty bad rap for being hard to implement and hard to get users to adopt. But these awards are just, a product of the great market fit that we have with the businesses that we work with. Users can see the benefit early on and want to get stuck in and use the CRM as quickly as possible, which is obviously really great. But you can see there's lots of information that you can see at prospectsoft.com/reviews at the bottom there. Lots more about the kind of reviews that we're getting, the awards that we've won, and so on. And one of the things that sets us apart from these other traditional CRMs like Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, etc., and probably, as I mentioned, the hundreds of CRMs out there, is that we implement a really simple growth formula within Prospect CRM, specifically focused on product-led businesses. And this consists of two areas. So the all-important get more customers, which is clearly a need for any successful business, regardless of industry. But then we have this increasing lifetime value section for us, or higher customer lifetime value, which is all about looking at your existing customer base, looking at customer retention, repeat customer orders, and cross-sell and upsell opportunities within that customer base. And these two areas together should then produce repeatable and profitable growth for wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses. And again, I'll take you through this kind of formula in a bit more detail within Prospect CRM. But if we just break that down into the different segments here, so the getting more customers is the typical sales funnel that you probably do recognize, which is about attracting new business into the top of the funnel. That's through marketing-led activities, going through and selling to those customers, so going through your sales process to get them on board and close that customer and get them to place their first order. But for wholesale and distribution businesses, that isn't the kind of end of the story. You've then got a process of onboarding that customer and then getting them into this repeat ordering cycle, so they come back to you time and time again to place repeat stock orders. So then there's that customer lifetime value segment that we also focus on, which looks at increasing order value and order frequency, but also looks at that all-important customer retention and making sure that whilst you're adding new customers, you've not got that leaky bucket effect and losing them out the bottom. So these two kind of sections here then lead to that profitable business growth that I was mentioning. So Prospect CRM brings all of these functions or these processes together with focus tools in Prospect CRM, again, to ensure and maximize that business growth that we're looking for. And again, I'll take you through some of these sections as we go through the demonstration today. So if you were to go ahead with Prospect CRM, you would get to run through this growth playbook with our onboarding consultants. And ultimately, this is a tool that looks at each of those elements I've just mentioned. So how do I attract new customers? How do I then sell to them and close them? How do I get that good conversion rate from opportunity to new customer? And then from there, looking at how you onboard those new customers, you add order value and order frequency, and also that all-important customer retention. So there's various things in this growth playbook that you can do. Don't worry, I won't go through all of them today. There's a lot of things in here, but some of those require little or no effort and provide quick wins and early return on investment. And then you've got other features that require a bit more planning and execution, but could have a bigger payback. But ultimately, this is pretty much a simple map of how we and you can ensure success as you progress your journey with Prospect CRM based on your ever-evolving business needs and strategies. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of things. And actually, all of this, some of the kind of low investment, early return investment things I will show you in today's demonstration, and actually are available in your free trial period as well. So we do give you some of these tools quite early on. They're pretty easy to get going with and give you real actionable insights straight away. But obviously the goal of this is then to expand on that when you come on board with Prospect CRM and start adding in and using more of the features available to you. And you'll see quite a lot of mention here of RFM. So you've got integrate marketing tools to send offers that drive customers to the top right of the RFM grid. Got RFM grid here as well, and so on. So just before we head into demonstration, I'll explain a little bit more about that. But one of the things that we also have to support our customers and also, before becoming a customer is the Prospect CRM Score app. So this is a tool that you can use to assess your performance currently within the business. And I would definitely recommend going to do this. It's at prospectsoft.scoreapp.com, and we'll send you that link after. But what this enables you to do is actually look at those different segments that I've mentioned within the growth formula and kind of give yourself a score on how you're performing at the moment in each of those areas. Now, I would say to be brutally honest with this, because obviously you want to get the most out of it. So be brutally honest with your answers. And actually, it's something that we give advice on and, documentation, etc., regardless of whether you take Prospect CRM. So the advice that we give off the back of this is something you can take away even without implementing Prospect CRM. So I do recommend going to take this, give it a go, be brutally honest, and see what scores you get in each of those segments. But then, going forward, if you do implement Prospect CRM, that gives us a pretty good leverage to start off with on where we need to focus and start implementing that growth playbook with you as well. So go to prospectsoft.scoreapp.com and take a look at that and see what you get. So as I mentioned, just before we head into the demonstration today, I just want to run through one of the key analysis tools that we've got within the CRM, which is that RFM analysis, which is mentioned quite a lot on that growth playbook. So RFM stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. And it's actually an industry standard reporting logic that's used widely by wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses. And actually, if you go to the likes, if you go to Google and put in RFM analysis, you'll get lots and lots of information about it. So what we've done is we've taken that logic, because obviously that is pretty relevant to all of our customers that we manage and deal with. And we've placed that into Prospect CRM. And I'll show you how that's set out and looks in there when we get into the system. But essentially, because we have that integration to your Unleashed system and we get all of that good stuff like the customer sales history and so on, we're able to automatically categorize your customers in each of these segments that you see on the screen, such as champion customers, those that bought recently, buy often and spend the most, all the way down to at-risk customers that used to spend big money and purchase often but haven't purchased for a long time. So we get to, obviously, with the RFM, we understand, when your customer last placed an order, how often they usually place an order, and how much, average value is on each of those orders. So again, that automatically categorizes customers. And if those customers change their buying habits over time, that the RFM segmentation will automatically update for you. But it really gives you an understanding or an analysis on your existing customer base and where the focus should be. We've also added a new section called new customers. So this is those that bought more recently but don't purchase often. So those that, have maybe purchased their first, second and third order with you. So with wholesale distribution businesses, where a lot of the attention is on repeat orders, or a lot of the revenue is coming from repeat orders, or at least should be, this gives you an understanding of those customers that might just need a bit more attention early on. They don't kind of become those organically buying or repeat ordering customers until they place their third or fourth order. So we leave them in this new customer segment until that third, fourth order, and before we start moving them up through the RFM segmentation, just to give you a bit of a focus on those customers, start building those relationships and building early success within that within your new customer base, and start, getting them on that repeat ordering journey with you. We do also have lots more information on go.prospectsoft.com/RFM. We've got a full webinar on how to leverage RFM to grow your grow sales. So definitely go out and check that out. Obviously, we don't have a lot of time to go through all of these things in detail today, but there is lots of information that we can provide you on there. So just before we get into the demonstration today, it's probably worth just kind of having a bit of an overview about what's integrated between Unleashed and Prospect CRM. Obviously, we'll go through this in a bit more detail, but just to give you a broad understanding of the two-way integration that we have. So actually, the integration is set up even from within the free trial period, and that's all done automatically for you. But that enables you to kind of have all the good stuff even within that free trial period as well. So when we connect Unleashed to Prospect CRM, we pull through things like the currencies, taxes and warehouses, all your customer and supplier information, so all that key data about your customers is coming through from Unleashed into Prospect CRM, including your full product file and inventory management, inventory information, such as stock levels and next available dates and so on that stock side. And we're also pulling through all the orders, invoices and credits, so all the sales history from each of your customers and suppliers is coming through from Unleashed into Prospect CRM. And that gives us a base then to start providing lots of sales analysis and customer insights within Prospect CRM, which you can then use to drive orders through customers. So you can actually place orders within the CRM, and you can actually quote customers and prospects as well, creating quotation documents off the back of that. And then you can push those orders through into Unleashed. And even if you're quoting prospects and they decide to go ahead with their first order, there is the ability to actually create new accounts from within Prospect CRM into Unleashed without switching applications as well. And we also have a new product, so you can actually create new products on the fly from within Prospect CRM into Unleashed. So giving your your sales teams, your customer facing teams, all the tools they need in Prospect CRM, all that good information from Unleashed without having to switch between apps. So that's a two-way sync there that we have with Prospect with Unleashed and Prospect CRM. So if you're updating customer information such as name, addresses, etc., that also then gets synced back to Unleashed. So let's jump into Prospect CRM now. We've gone through that in kind of an overview. And take a look at some of the key features that we have within the system. So I'm just going to, I do have problems with sharing my screen, so I'm just going to stop and just reshare again, if you just bear with me. But this time we'll then go on to the actual Prospect CRM solution itself. Okay. So on screen, you can see that we're currently on the account management dashboard, which has already been pre-populated with data we've imported from your backend and Unleashed system, getting you straight into the action even within your free trial period. So all of this account management page here is based on your real life customer data that we're pulling through from Unleashed. And front and center, we have that RFM analysis, which stands, as I mentioned, for recency, frequency and monetary value. And it's an industry standard reporting logic built into Prospect CRM, and ultimately it just allows us to automatically categorize your customers into the predefined segments that you can see here in the different colors on the screen, giving you the right focus at the right time within your customer base. So for instance, here I've got the loyal customer section, and I can jump into that and I can see all the customers that currently make up my loyal customer segmentation. And I've got some key information here, such as the account manager, which we pull from Unleashed, and the customer type, but also the first order date and the last order date as well, and in total how many orders they've placed. So that is the key information at the start of the key information that we're pulling from Unleashed. And obviously we've got a full list of the customers that make up this segment too. You can do some quite nice stuff with these reports as well. So if I just go to this little menu at the top, you can actually make these reports your own. So you can add different fields from the system. You can group and summarize the report. But you've also got the ability to send this to Excel. If you want to do calling lists from there or marketing, etc. And we've got add to campaign activity. So we do have campaign builders within the CRM, so you can go and build up campaigns with the customer information that you've got within here. And we've also got integration to third-party email marketing tools such as Klaviyo and MailChimp as well. And we've also got this show on map where we integrate to Google, and you can pinpoint these customers, so all your customers on a Google map as well. So quite a lot of stuff that you can do there, but you can start using these to build calling lists out and use it to really focus on your customer base. Just down here in the corner, we've got the customer trends alert, which gives us an overview of our customers and whether they're increasing and decreasing revenue year on year. And if I jump into the see more section, we do have a full list of those customers, so all of your customers there. We can sort by the difference, but that really gives us an understanding there of customers that are declining in spend versus over the last 365 days versus the previous 365 days. So a real top level view there of your customers and, again, who their focus should be on. We've also got some other key reports on this screen, as you can see. So you can start seeing the orders that you're placing through to Unleashed, and it gives you a view there of orders placed this month versus last month. And we've also got close rates, which look at sales opportunity management. So we have full sales opportunity and pipeline management within the CRM. We've also got this problem section, which is all about customer service ticketing. So we've got an after sales customer service tool, which allows you to start logging, delivery issues. It might even be used for if you've got a warranty arm to your business, or you manage equipment items that need servicing, etc. That can be used to manage that kind of after sales process within your business. And obviously, you've got the needs engagement, which is pretty self-explanatory. It just tells you those customers that need engagement that you haven't spoken to for an X amount of time. I believe it's defaulted to 30 days, but you can actually change that default to be whatever kind of threshold you want for the needs engagement. But probably most notable on the screen for wholesale and distribution businesses, where those, the focus is on repeat orders and a lot of revenue is coming from that kind of revenue stream. We've got the AI growth engine. And then this allows us to alert you to missing orders that you have within your customer base. And again, this is driven by the integration that we have to Unleashed. So ultimately, because of that sales history, and we get to kind of get all that information from the day that the customer started with you to today, basically, we're able to automatically set an average days between orders for each of your customers. So here we can see that we've got Domino's, Talk, Digital, Cars and Coffee, and within your customer base, currently you've got 10 missing orders. It will tell us the average value of those orders and also the date that order should have been due as well. And if I go into the see more section, I can see a list of customers that should have ordered by now. So I've got a list of those customers. I can see those that should have ordered by now. I can see their days since last order, their average days between orders as well. And I've also got that kind of average monetary value of the orders. So what I can see here is a total revenue that I'm missing from these orders. And not only does this give us a list of customers that we should be calling, but it also highlights to us any early churn indicators that we've got within our customer base. And again, this is all driven by the buying patterns that we glean from the Unleashed sales history that we're continuously importing and updating. So you've got a real kind of list here of people that you should maybe be focusing on and giving a call pretty much straight away and getting that revenue stream kind of in from those missing orders. So from this report, I can also select customer record to open. So let's go into the coffee cart down here. And you can see that we've got all the kind of usual CRM stuff like company details. We've got an activity feed, which shows us kind of the stuff that's going on with this company, the orders they've placed, any notes and activities, any documents that will all be stored in the activity feed. I've got a place to store and manage all my contacts. So they do get pulled in from Unleashed, but you can add an unlimited number of contacts within Prospect CRM. And as I mentioned, there is a two-way sync there with the contact and company data. We've also got a place to store and manage sales opportunities, as I mentioned, so you can manage your full sales process through Prospect CRM. And that might be for, existing customers where you're selling a new product range, but there's a bit of kind of selling process that you've got to do there to get them interested in those new products. But equally, this then comes back to the getting more customer segmentation that I mentioned in that growth formula, where you can manage prospects within Prospect CRM and also start managing the sales opportunities, start, logging quotations and so on, and all the correspondence that come with sales opportunities. And off the back of that, all the sales pipeline reporting that we'll have, And I'll show you a little bit of that a bit later on. We've also got, as I mentioned, a place to store and manage quotes and orders. So you can quote prospects and customers through Prospect CRM. And we've got the ability to create, beautiful quotation documents with product images that you can send out to customers and prospects. And then from there, you can place orders directly into Unleashed as well. So if we take a look at the right-hand side of this customer record, you can see we've got an at-a-glance section, which is a nice top-level overview of this customer and what's happening currently with them. So straight away, I can see their RFM segmentation and when they last place an order and if they're overdue on that order as well. I've also got some top-level spend information, so I can see the spend in the last 365 days for this customer, and I've also got their financial year-to-date spend too. If I click into one of these tiles, that takes us to a full breakdown of all the sales transactional history that we've imported from Unleashed. So from here, I can see all the products this customer's ever purchased from me. I can see how many times they've ordered it, or on this here, how many have been delivered, how many have been invoiced. And I've also got the key kind of financial information as well, so I can see how much they purchased these products for. We've got margin information on here as well, so you can do profit reporting. But we've also got some key information that's coming through from Unleashed. So you can see here we've got the order number and also the credits are coming through, invoice number if it's been invoiced, invoice dates, etc. But also we've got a nice little link there into Unleashed for you to actually open that invoice record. Now, it is worth noting that you don't have to have Unleashed to start using Prospect CRM, but if you do, then obviously these links will then take you into that invoice record within Unleashed. If I go into, so whilst we have the kind of full sales transactional history here, we do amalgamate that into this sales analysis page. So for every existing customer that you've got within the CRM, we do provide an in-depth sales analysis, which is all based on that sales transactional history that we're putting through. So from here, I can see the invoice value by month. I can see the order value by month. At the top, I've got some key kind of stats about this customer, so their order frequency and so on, and their spend information again. I'm just going to jump into a different customer because this one's got no product data, which is not what we want and not ideal. So let's just go back, pick another customer. I'm on cars and coffee now. Sorry about that, but let's just see if that is a bit more in depth from the data there. Perfect. Yes. So sorry. So here we've got the invoice information by month, the order value by month. And if I scroll down, we've also got that broken down by product too. So I can see here the Cars and Coffee Company, what top products they're buying by value and by order frequency. And these are all interactable graphs, so I can actually just come in here and jump and see that they buy the Colombian beans. So 64.5% of their sales to us are this one product. And if I go into the See More section, that provides us a full list of all the products this customer's ever purchased. And again, I've got some key information here, such as how many times they've ordered that product and the value of those orders as well. Again, all based on that sales history that we're putting through from Unleashed. But also here, I've got some product information. So I'm going to just jump into the Colombian beans product at the top, which is their most popular. But this is where we can see where we're pulling through the full product file as well. So Unleashed your main product file, so you'll have all your products in there. If you want to change pricing, etc., you should do that in Unleashed, and our continuous imports from Unleashed will pull that information through. We've got a nice little link back into Unleashed there as well if you want to open the product and make any changes, but ultimately we pull through all the information through into Prospect CRM. So things like product images, but you can manage those directly within the CRM instead, and we can actually add those onto quotation documents that you're sending out to customers as well. We've got all the pricing information, so we pull through the list price, the cost price, and also all the price tier information that you've got stored in Unleashed. They come through to Prospect CRM. And that, along with the stock information, provides your sales team and your customer-facing teams with all the information they need to place these quotes and orders within the CRM without having to jump back into Unleashed to do so. It's also worth noting on the stock information. So if I go into the stock, we do break that down by warehouse if that's relevant to you. But we also provide the total overview stock, but we also have a purchases section where we can also show the suppliers of the products and also all the purchase information. So the date next available will be listed within the Prospect CRM. So if you're placing quotes and orders for customers, you'll also be able to tell them when you can fulfill those orders as well, with all that information that's coming through. If you manage bill of materials in Unleashed, we also do provide that information, so you can also see the kind of buildable quantity within those stock levels as well. We also have some other cool features within here. So images and files you can store against the products in CRM. And that includes, you can link files such as specification, drawings, etc. We can store all of those within the CRM as well. And we've also got this nice little upsell link, which allows you to do what it says, link products together. So when your customer-facing teams are placing quotes or orders for customers, it will give them a nice little prompt, which can kind of show them recommended items and upgraded items to kind of increase their average order value. But you can also link must-sell items as well. So if you've got things that must be sold together but are separate products, it will just prompt your sales teams to actually remember to add that to the order as well. So if we just go back to the product information here, we've also got a breakdown of that full sales transaction history by product as well. So on the customer, it shows it obviously by customer and the products they're buying. But on a product, we can see here all the sales transactions and all the customers that are buying this product. So we've got a full breakdown of all of the information there by product. And I've also got that in a sales analysis section as well, so we can see the top buyers of the product. And if I go in, scroll down here, I can also see the buying patterns and seasonality of my products as well. So we have lots and lots of information coming together there on a product level as well as a customer level. So all this customer and product data shown is updated regularly, as I mentioned, throughout the day from Unleashed, making sure we have real-time data to support all of the analysis and sales tools that we have within Prospect CRM. So that kind of gives you a full kind of understanding of that kind of stock aware term that we have started building that we've coined with Prospect CRM. So whilst the Unleashed data sharing helps sales and account management teams increase new sales revenue as well as existing customer lifetime value, of course, there is a wealth of other CRM features, and we've touched on some of that already. But if I just quickly go to the create button here and just give you a bit more of an overview of some of the other features that we have that you would expect from a typical CRM. So obviously the ability to store and manage companies and contacts, so you can create these on the fly within the CRM. We've also got a data import tool as well that allows you to do that on bulk if you go to an event or get a list of customers. We've also got an inquiry logger, so looking at that kind of the growth formula again and going back to getting more customers, you can actually create forms within Prospect CRM. You can apply those to your website, and we can then automatically create those inquiries within Prospect CRM off the back of or prospects filling in those forms online. We've also got that inquiry, you can automatically create those inquiries in the CRM as well. I've kind of touched upon opportunity management, but managing sales opportunities and pipeline reporting within Prospect CRM. And we've also got that after sales tool that I mentioned, being able to create quotes, which I'll come back to shortly, and placing sales orders. But we've also got a full reporting ability within CRM. So lots of standard reports, but there is also the opportunity for you to build and create your own reports in the CRM as well. And also full document storage, which we'll touch on shortly too. So I'm just going to go and find an existing customer through our search everything. So clearly this does what it says on the tin. You search everything and it finds all the record within Prospect CRM. So I'm just going to search for Browns in here. And you can see you can toggle on and off the search results that you get. But this then finds all of the records within Prospect CRM that relate to that search term. So here I've got Browns Coffee of Ipswich, and I can see all the contacts that sit under that company as well. So I'm just going to select the Michelle Jewelry contact, and in here you can see all the contact information that we hold. So again, all the key information such as Michelle's contact information, phone number, email address, and so on. We've got a communications tab which allows you to hold multiple versions of those things too. And also enables you to manage kind of subscribes and unsubscribes to marketing activity that you're doing. We have full address management as well, which you can store against the contact or the company. And if I just go back to the detail screen, we've also got Google Maps integration. So Prospect CRM is available on any device, anywhere, at any time. and allows you to obviously use Prospect CRM when you're out and about if you've got internet connection. So we do have Google Maps. If I use this quite a lot if I'm out visiting customers, where I can pinpoint my customer on a Google map, and hopefully it will take me there, because I do get lost quite a lot. But you can start seeing this is where we're going to also start building up the customer correspondence and communication with people that we're speaking to as well. So I've got my full activity feed, which shows I've got some key notes here, which says call Michelle first of every month. So I can store important notes within here as well, just for reminders. But I've also got then a full transparency of all the emails, documents, conversations that have happened with Michelle since she's been a contact, and it also shows any orders that have been placed, etc., for Michelle within here too. So I've got that full transparency of all of the information for Michelle. So if we have Michelle on the phone, she might be wanting to place a stock order with us. So I can go to the little plus button against Michelle's name, and I can click to create a quotation. So Michelle wants to get a repeat stock order done with us, but she needs to go away and get a purchase order from her purchasing team. So for that, she's asked us to do a quotation for the products that she wants to order, so she can go away and get that purchase order reference before placing that order with us. So on here, you can see it will automatically pull through the currency, the warehouse, the tax codes, and the price tier, etc. That's all been set in Unleashed because the Brown's Coffee of Ipswich is an existing customer. So I can go ahead, but at any point you can change these things on a quotation or an order basis. And I'm just going to click create there. And that will take us through to our quotation screen. And because Brown's Coffee of Ipswich are an existing customer, the first thing it will do is offer me a drop down of the most frequently ordered items by this company. And that's again based off all the sales transactional history that we're importing from Unleashed. So straight away, I can see the products they're buying most frequently. I can see the cost to that customer. So this will take all of their pricing information. So making sure that you are quoting the customer their correct pricing based on what's pre-agreed based on price tiers, discounts set up, and also quantity rate pricing on the products as well. But I've also got here a view of the stock that's available of the products on this little drop down as well. So I'm just going to choose the first product and add that to the quotation. I can also do, I can change the quantity here, and also the pricing information. I can add a line discount if required as well. But if I just go to this little pencil mark, I've got a pop out, which then shows me some key financial information about this product. So I've got the price, the cost price, and based off that, I've also got that margin reporting that I can do. And it also takes into account that discount I've just added as well. I've got a full stock breakdown, and I can see that by warehouse if that's applicable. And I've also got the recent history information. So this is the purchase information of this product by Brown's Coffee of Ipswich. So I can see the last time they ordered it, the price they paid, and the quantity they ordered as well. I can also then add products by just doing a search on this screen. So if I just put in coffee as a search term, so you can search by product code or by product SKU, and I can choose a new product to add to that quotation. We do have a full product search that you can pop out as well. So if I just go to the add products, that allows me to search my full product file. I can break that down by product category as well. So if I'm just looking for ingredients, I can break that down and it will just provide me with all my ingredient products. And here I can use our multi-line order entry to go down and add further products to my quotation. I've also got the recently purchased and popular product reports that I can use to actually start creating quite rapid and quick repeat orders for customers that are placing the same products time and time again, but maybe with a different quantity. So on the recently purchased, I can go through and I can do, again, a quick add of those recently purchased products. And on this, I can also see the last time they ordered it and the price they paid and so on as well. And if I add and close that, you can see that now adding the products up in the background there for me. So what I can then do, as I said, Michelle just wants to get a purchase order number before she goes ahead and confirms this. So what I can do is I can send Michelle a quotation document from the CRM. Now we can do that in a document. So we can create Word documents within the CRM. And again, that can be done with your branding and your logos and colors, etc. We can help you build those during our onboarding process. But if I just select one of the templates, you can have multiple templates available as well. And if I just quickly select one here, you can see that little thumbnail image just gives us a quick indication of the documents that we can create. We can add your logos in, and it will merge all the customer details and that quotation table into this as well. So I can also, so whilst we can create it from a document, attach it as a PDF, I've also got the ability to send that directly out from an email template as well. So from within here, we've got an email editor in the CRM. We can link this to your normal mail client, so Outlook or Gmail. So it will use your normal domain and your signatures. But the template, the editor, the email sender is within Prospect CRM, so we can do the cool things with templates. But we've also got email tracking available as well. So when it hits your customer's inbox, it will just look like it will come from your normal mail client, of course. But from here, I can select a template that we've created in as an example. So I've got email cover for simple PDF quote. You can see it will automatically put some standard blurb into the body of the email, but it will also attach automatically a PDF attachment for my document, for my quotation that I want to send to Michelle. And I've also got these approve and decline buttons. So not only can we send these quotations out from the CRM, but we can also get the customer to then go ahead and approve that via an online portal, or indeed decline it. So it just takes away some of that manumatic process of confirming orders from your sales team. And obviously they do get a notification whether Michelle's approved it or declined it. But that approval will actually send that order directly through to Unleashed as a sales order, without any more involvement from a salesperson. So from here, I can actually send this quotation out to Michelle. That will store a copy of that quotation in the email that's been sent within the CRM. And it will also, so then I've got a full traceable history of all the documents and emails that are being sent out to customers, but it will also then allow me to track that email. So the thing I might want to do is in a couple of days, I might want to, if Michelle hasn't come back to me, I might want to follow this up. So I get a full history of that email that's been sent to Michelle. So that gets stored against the quotation, or indeed against Michelle. But I do have the ability then to set a task for myself. So I can actually go in here and say, if PO not received for Michelle. And through our task management, I can also set myself or another user of the CRM a task to go and complete that in a day or two's time. So I can set that for a user of the CRM or for myself, and I can set that for a specific day and time as well. I'm just going to set that for today, actually, just to show you. So if I click save, this all then comes together in our task management. So we've got the little bell icon at the top here. For the user, it will then show them all the tasks they've got due today, any overdue, and any upcoming tasks as well. So full task management to kind of manage reminders on quotations, on callbacks to customers, on sales opportunities, and so on. So hopefully Michelle comes back to us with a purchase order and she's ready to go ahead without us having to do that chasing. So from here, I can add the purchase order reference in, and I can add the delivery details. So it'll automatically take the address from the company, but I can overwrite that at any point. We've also got the ability to select the delivery method, which is the drop down automatically picked up from Unleashed. And we've also got delivery charges that can be configured within the CRM as well. Once I've entered all that information in the purchase order reference, I can simply click confirm order, and that will automatically then confirm the order through to Unleashed without any switching of apps, any rekeying. I can simply click that confirm order button. That will create a sales order in Unleashed, and it will then provide us with that information back in the CRM. So you'll be able to see the sales invoice number. If I just refresh that, and that all then comes back through into Prospect CRM, into all those actionable insights for our existing customers. But we can see here then we've got the sales order information that comes back through into Prospect CRM. If I just head back to the dashboard area, so now we've kind of taken a look at the process of a repeat order for a customer. But we do have lots of other, and quite a lot of focus today has obviously been on our stock aware features and existing information. But what we do have in here is I've got multiple dashboards. So coming back to our sales pipeline management, you can see we've got sales manager and sales rep dashboards, as well as a sales pipeline Kanban board view, which allows you to see all of your quotations that you're working on, all of your sales opportunities in one view here. And I can kind of drag and drop these around to manage those as well. And pretty similar, if I go to the sales rep dashboard, it just shows us all the opportunities that we're working on, what stage they're at. We've got target management, or you can set, a salesperson goals up within the CRM as well. But here I can see the order value. So you can see the orders this month versus last month that I've taken in my customer base. I can see those opportunities that I've closed already, those that I'm working on. And we can actually restrict these dashboards to the person that's logged in as well. So quite a lot of, other dashboard reports that we've got available in here. And if I go into the navigation menu down the side, we've also got some reports in here as well. So these are some standard reports that we do provide, such as customers who bought X and not Y, customers who've not bought X. We've got in here churn. If I go to the second page, we've got predicted churn alerts and further sales pipeline reporting. But all these reports, as I mentioned, can then be used in our marketing activities as well. So you can start marketing not only to prospects, but also to existing customers, again, maybe based on the products that they're not purchasing or maybe have purchased in the past. So lots and lots of standard reporting that we've got within the CRM. And just to finish off the demonstration today, and probably most notable, probably one of the kind of highlighted features that we have for our stock aware customers is the Magic Matrix dashboard. Now, again, this is not a tool that we designed. It's actually a Harvard Business School idea, which looks at cross-sell and upsell opportunities within your existing customer base. So what the Magic Matrix does, as you can see here, it's got our product categories down the side, which are actually taken from Unleashed, but you can go and configure your own categories within Prospect CRM if you feel, that you might want to look at something different or recategorize those. But essentially what it does is it highlights to us where we've got missing opportunity within our customer base where people are not buying our products. So here, if I go to the coffee carts, I can see that we've got 39 customers that have never purchased from the coffee carts category. We've got none that have purchased, and we've got one that we're working on that are aware, and 2 that have got opportunities open. So if I click to open the Magic Matrix, this gives us that information in a clear grid form. So at the top, I've got my product categories, and you can actually choose which categories you view at one time. And down the side, I've got all my customers listed. And in the middle, we've got clear color coding, which shows us this information. So I've got in red where customers have never purchased a product from that category, in green where they have purchased a product from that category, which is all based on that sales transactional history that we're pulling through from Unleashed again. And then we've got the ability to start building awareness up. So if I go here, it gives us a tool to start building up campaigns, whether that be marketing, email campaigns, or calling lists, etc., for your sales teams. But it allows you to start building up awareness within your customer base of products they're not yet purchasing. And from there, obviously, if they are added to a campaign, it turns to amber. And then from there, if you log an opportunity off the back of that, it turns to blue. So the idea is looking for those cross-sell and upsell opportunities within your existing customer base and growing your sales revenue, even without going out and getting new customers. We do have lots of information, again, on leveraging a Magic Matrix to increase sales. I've got lots of information down here on the side here, just to help you get started with that. But really just highlights any cross opportunities that you've got within your existing customer base. So that brings us to the end of today's demo. I'm just going to, again, just stop sharing my screen and reshare it back to the PowerPoint. Bear with me 1 second. So next steps. I hope today kind of provided some useful insights into our Unleashed CRM, but we can also provide a more detailed one-to-one demo or conversation, show kind of looking at Prospect CRM specifically for you. I know I've only kind of just scratched the surface on some of the features that we're able to provide and kind of done that in quite a quick fashion as well. But the next step is probably a good idea to head to prospectsoft.com and take out a free trial. So that free trial process does connect that to your Unleashed automatically. Just by kind of a couple of clicks of a button, you can go and connect that to your Unleashed. And again, as I mentioned, we can then take you through this demo in a bit more detail, or just a question and answering session with your data and how that looks in Prospect CRM. You can actually also head to the integration store within Unleashed and take a free trial from there. And actually that will actually do all of the integration for you and set that up. So you've got access to all of the actionable insights. All the data that I've shown you today is available in your free trial. So yeah, obviously go and take advantage of all that data, get it set up with a free trial, have a conversation with us in a more one-to-one basis if you'd like to. But that just enables you to actually take a look at all the stuff that I've shown you today, but with your data integrated from Unleashed. We do also have an offer on for our Unleashed customers at the moment as well. So the first 3 months is half price. So that's if you take a trial by the 14th of May, and then if you subscribe within your 14-day free trial, you do receive the first 3 months half price. Now, all of our pricing is publicly available on our website. So if you head to prospectsoft.com/pricing, you'll be able to see the different subscriptions and that we offer, what's included, and the price of those. But this offer obviously won't be visible on the website, so just bear that in mind when you're looking at that page. But again, we can obviously include that in our conversations with you going forward. So hopefully that has given you, again, as I said, some insight into Prospect CRM, into Unleashed CRM, and hopefully you'll take a free trial and we can kind of have a bit more of an in-depth conversation with you. But we just have a couple of minutes left for a couple of questions that you might have. If I don't get through all of them, there's been a few questions coming through as we've been going through today, so thank you very much from that. So yeah, if there's any questions we don't get through today, we'll take them offline and come back to you separately after today's webinar. So let's just have a look at a couple here. So how do I get started with Prospect CRM? Great question. So obviously the first thing to do is take that free trial, have a look at Prospect CRM with your data included. Again, we can have that one-to-one conversation with you if you would like us to take you through your data in CRM in a bit more detail, answer any more specific questions with you, etc. So that would kind of be the next steps. From there, you can then subscribe to Prospect CRM, and that actually is a little button within your free trial process. It will take you through choosing what subscription that you would like to have with us. Any support options, you can select those there as well. And basically then from there, you are passed to our onboarding team, who will take you through the growth formula and our standard onboarding. Our standard onboarding is actually included, and we don't charge additional for standard onboarding. As I mentioned, typically CRMs get a pretty bad rap for implementation, but we think that really is important. We want to give our customers the best start. If you're successful, we're successful. So the standard onboarding is included, and we can go through that with you in a bit more detail about what's included. We do have an additional services catalogue, which you can use to add other services to our onboarding if the standard one doesn't quite meet your needs. But again, we can have that one-to-one conversation with you and help you kind of decide if you do need further assistance or the standard is okay for you. And then obviously from there, you get past the onboarding team and they will take you through the next part of your journey. And then we have a customer success team that does kind of pick you up from there as well. So we're always supporting our customers. As I said, if you're successful, we're successful as well. Another question we've got here is can you go through the pricing today? Yes, of course I can. You know what? Probably should have done that. So let me just, again, stop sharing my screen and just head to our website where I can kind of just give you an indication of that right now. So let's just share the screen again. As I mentioned, all of our pricing is public on our website. So if you go to prospectsoft.com pricing, we're going to change this to, you can have Australian dollars, New Zealand dollars, etc. on here. If I just change that to Australian dollars, you can see that we've got the different subscription levels. We've got kind of a quick overview here of what's included. And then down here, you've got a more kind of in-depth overview there. The most popular and one that pretty much all of our Unleashed customers are on is our professional CRM, which includes everything that I've shown you today. And that just starts at $600 per month includes up to 4 users. You can add further users on, obviously, from there. We don't have a kind of a maximum limit to any users that you have on professional CRM. Advanced CRM is a little bit more complex. It's if you've got multiple, mainly people have our advanced CRM if you have things like multiple Unleashed that you want to connect to one CRM solution. So that's not that typical. And again, if you do need something like that, let's have a conversation initially. But as I said, the 3 months half price offer isn't included on our pricing page because it is only for our niche customers. So obviously just bear that in mind when you're taking a look at this as well. Okay, that brings us to the end of today's webinar. Again, thank you so much for joining. It's been great to kind of have you here and able to showcase Prospect CRM. And hopefully we'll be able to take that forward with you, get the trial set up, let's have a conversation with your data. Yeah, and we look forward to bringing you on board as an Unleashed CRM customer. Thank you very much and look forward to speaking to you soon, hopefully.